Welcome everybody here once again, but this time officially after the release of the notification. I'm sure all of you know SSC has released 2026 CGL notification with 12,256, if I'm not wrong, number of vacancies. Just a sec. Yep. And in this video, I'll be discussing all these things. Syllabus, plan, study, practice, and revision. I won't be putting just in 2 words, but there have been many students who got selected. Their interviews are on these channels on YouTube. You can go through them. As a teacher with experience, I have come across many things, and when those who get selected, when they tell you, I used to do this to take care of GS, wow, it will be beneficial for many students who are beginners. So we will discuss in detail in this video strategy not only for absolute beginners, but also for those who are working somewhere. Let's start without any delay. Welcome all of you watching it live or later. CGL 2026 strategy, a complete roadmap if you want to start from zero and reach tier 2 selection. Will help you the most I can, the best I can, discussing each and everything such. The first step and the foremost one, I've been teaching for last 13 years, bank and SSC both. No, I'm not talking about myself here, but I have observed many things SSC has brought from banking. This sectional timer concept has belonged to banking for decades, and now it has been introduced in SSC examinations also. So this is going to be a big difference amongst us, because many students, and I think almost all students, do this. They used to save time from GAGS. They used to give this time extra to mathematics, to reasoning, or to RCs of English. But now you have the fixed 15 minutes for each section in tier 1, and similarly fixed timer for each section in tier 2 examination also. You can have a look. I repeat, you have a fixed timing 15 minutes each in tier 1 and somewhat same for tier 2. Now you can finish GS in probably 5, 7 or 8 minutes. 7 or 8 minutes there will be left. Can't do anything. We'll have to manage this in next 3 months. How we tackle all these things. Sectional timer has been introduced. On the other hand, in mathematics, where we needed some extra time for some questions to solve them, but we don't have that extra time now. We have the same fixed 15 minutes for GS, for maths, for reasoning, and for English. So please remember this. Welcome everybody. Heartily. Total 60 minutes with a sectional timer of 15 minutes for each subject. After 15, the screen automatically shifts to the next section. You can't return to a section once its 15 minutes are over, so plan your attempt order and question selection in advance. A pretty impressive line. Plan your attempt order, you know this, and question selection in advance. You can't come back to the section. Tier 2 paper, we'll see that later. I won't be emphasizing it right now. We'll have a separate session on this. First of all, we'll be taking care of tier 1. But yes, I suggest during mocks, use softwares which are available here at Oliveboard. You can make use of that. One can have a manual alarm if you're not solving that here, and force you to switch sections exactly when the sectional timer ends, so that in the real examination you won't be troubled when this happens. So that's the foremost change we must take care of in our mind. CGL pattern, quickly let me tell you, if somebody is absolutely beginner, 2-stage examination, tier 1 is just screening, the marks are not considered. 2-3 years ago they used to be. For tier 2, which is mains, your selection is decided. Tier 1, 100 MCQs, 200 marks, 60 minutes, 4 sections. Now with individual sectional timer also, including maths, reasoning, English, and GA. I won't say just maths is high scoring or English. Each and every subject is high scoring. The max you can do attempt, do score. I'm sure you know notification has been released for this year 2026 with 12,256 vacancies and pattern. Almost similar, introducing just the sectional timer in 2026. First of all, we must be ready for tier 1. Because we have hardly 3 months, then we'll be taking care of tier 2 examination, which is supposed to be in December this year. So who can follow this plan? I would say an absolute beginner starting from zero in May 2026. I'm extremely sorry. In May 2026 for CGL 2026. Working aspirants which who have just 4 hours, 3 hours apart from their daily schedule, but they can exploit their weekends. They can maximize on Saturday and Sunday with 3 to 4 hours daily on weekdays and the max they can on weekends. Honestly, there have been many students who have followed this, not because of me. I have got this from them. But they have been selected, they have got selections even after they were working. And there was one student, I don't remember. We have the interview here at Oliveboard. To be honest, he used to work in an IT company, had to reach at 9 in the morning, came back home at probably 6 or 7, exhausted. I swear what he said was, I used to wake up at 2:30 in the morning. In 20 minutes doing the daily chores or 30 minutes, I used to study from 3 to 8. Amazing. All the freshness of the morning, the presence of mind and everything help you study in the morning itself. Now you are going to a job, everyone gets exhausted out there, so need not waste your freshness of the morning there. Impressive. Think about it again. So yep, people who work somewhere can manage. It's not impossible. Many of you have done this. You can. Students who are weak in English or maths, but who are ready to build concepts systematically, you can follow the plan. And candidates aiming only for CGL, not for any other examination, most welcome. First of all, for tier 1, all sections we have negative marking also, 1/4. In tier 2, it becomes 1/3. Won't see that right now. We have negative marking, remember. Apart from this, that's your schedule. Now from May 2026 onwards, we have hardly 3 months. Then we have 3 months, so that's a 3+3 roadmap. First of all, tier 1 build-up. Finish your core concepts of all the subjects in next 1 month. I know that's not possible to finish them, but at least you will have 50 to 60% of your foundation of all subjects in next 1.5 months. So that we can clear the cutoff. We'll study further for 1.5 months. I'll explain. For tier 1, 2 sections seriously plus a mini mock with timer. I should not read these words. I should say them myself. First of all, in these 3 months, give your 1 month or probably 7, 8 days or 15 days max to build your core concepts, which will be done 50%, 60%, probably 70% also. After that, or in between that also, if you are quite comfortable, you can appear in tier 1 mocks today onwards. Remember, I have written that in a slide also. Not just appearing in a mock is beneficial, analyzing it is more beneficial. Give at least the same time you gave to appear the mock to the analysis of the mock. There you realize your mistakes. And mistakes are of 2 types. Concept-based silly mistakes. If that's a silly mistake, try not to avoid that. Try not to attempt that. Try to avoid that next time you come across that. I repeat, silly mistakes must be avoided. No one else can. We have to take care of our silly mistakes that we often commit. But if that's a concept-based mistake, make a notebook of yourself, write that. I'm pretty weak at this. Doing that again and again and again, you will improve yourself for sure. So now onwards, appear in a tier 1 PYQ mock, can attempt for mock tests also. Initially start with topic-wise tests for next 1 month. Then appear in full-length mocks, and then please keep on working with the same pattern. In next 2.5 months, your foundation must be complete, and there, for last 1 month, you can increase your score eventually. Words are tiny, but meaningful. One can execute fully. Objections welcome. 2 sections, seriously, 1 mini mock, 25 questions with timer now, and honest analysis in your notebook. In August, when the exam is approaching, full length tier 1 mocks, revision of your short notes that you have made yourself. PYQs focusing on accuracy and safe attempts. No experiments there in August or September. And forward, for tier 2 we won't be experimenting. Post tier 1 we will shift gravity to tier 2 examination. We'll see that later, not emphasizing that now. Total study time for those who are working 3 to 4 hours on weekdays and at least 6 to 8 hours on your weekends. You can decide this as you feel comfortable. I've kept normal for everyone because not everyone is the same. Some are pretty good at English already. Some are pretty good at mathematics already. Some are pretty good at reasoning, maybe GS also. So if you are good at English, decrease that time from English and give it extra to your mathematics, the weaker section, vice versa. So yep, that's a normal one, but not all are the same. So don't decide this from my side. You decide it yourself, how much time you are going to give to each and every section. But at least remember, this is for those who are working aspirants, not for the freshers or the beginners. You won't be giving 3 to 4 hours daily. That won't be sufficient. From zero, you can start. I teach English, to be honest. So my concern is this. Can discuss this in detail for the rest of the topics, subjects, you can. In English, start with grammar first. Common cliche questions get repeated each and every year. 80% in SSC examinations. I didn't say 100%, I said 80%, despite of considered as and many such conditional clauses and all. After finishing grammar or 80% grammar is finished, go for vocabulary. Now, I do not mean that when you are studying grammar, don't read vocabulary. I didn't say that. Keep on, but don't emphasize that. Emphasize grammar. Once your grammar is 80% complete, now pick vocabulary. Because vocabulary is not an easy task. And once you think your vocabulary is 40%, 50%, start attempting those full length mocks along with the comprehension section. Because if we are good at grammar and vocabulary, we can pick up reading early. If we are not good at these, reading comprehension will take time eventually, but grammar won't be finishing and vocabulary will not finish. So in minimum time, we can finish grammar. That's a boost for us. Then vocabulary, and then your reading section out there. Vocabulary holds a lot, you already know, and don't leave any section, either grammar or vocabulary or comprehension. Leaving one will leave doors out of CGL 2026 examination. In grammar, we can emphasize, say, SVA, subject verb agreement, conjunctions, models, articles, parts of speech. I would say don't skip anything. That's maturity. If we just emphasize one thing, we won't be able to score 150 plus. That is required these days. Cutoff is more than 80% nowadays. So don't skip anything, but yes, I would say grammar first, vocabulary then, comprehension part then. But I repeat, that does not mean when you are studying grammar, don't do vocabulary, don't do comprehension. Your PYQs will give you everything. Once you feel comfortable, that repetition mode will increase your speed and accuracy also. What about mocks and PYQs and analysis? Discipline. First month, I suggest you attempt topic-wise tests only or topic-wise practice only. Avoid full-length mocks early. Now, it also depends on a student. Somebody may be good at that. I have been preparing for CGL for last 1 year. You can, you should, you must. But someone who is an absolute beginner, a full-length mock, each and every time you'll have to learn each and every concept because you were not aware of almost everything out there. Build your foundation first. Go for the topic-wise tests. Once you build your foundation, you are 60 to 80% complete, then you can appear in the full-length mocks. Initially topic-wise tests, then full-length mocks. Month 1 onwards, you can attempt at least one tier 1 mock every day. That's something which will give you everything. Trust me, if somebody is new here. For each mock, yes, do spend at least, because we can finish a mock once you are comfortable in, say, if I talk about English, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, not more than 12 minutes. Now we have a sectional timer. The maximum time is 15 minutes. In 8 minutes, I can finish the mock, but I must analyze each and every question, meaning of the words in the options also from the analysis section, which will help us learn. Mocks show the mirror how much I know Analysis helps me learn even more that I did not know. Maintain an error notebook of yourself. Each and every topper or the one who got selected says this. Your own handbook notebook. Note down the questions, concepts, corrected methods, mistakes or blunders that you frequently commit. Near examination, yes, simulate exact exam time slot, screen setting, not like we are attempting mocks at home, sleeping. In the examination, the same setting is not there, will make the difference. I said that humorously, but I mean. And break pattern to stabilize performance. For typical beginners, some of the mistakes you must avoid. The first one is not something I should say. It is something you must feel yourself. Random book hopping without finishing even one standard source completely. Nowadays, in this era of internet, it's so common. We go through different websites, learn from different teachers, apply different tips and tricks. Excuse me, please cut this, huh? This is live. We have hundreds of thousands of PDFs in our phone. But do we read those thousands of PDFs? When you trust, follow that one teacher for that source. Because after all, we have to practice. A student gets selection because of his hard work. The teacher guides him. Teachers are good. We have to make the difference. So don't just randomly hop without finishing even one standard source completely. It means a lot. Ignoring English because of maths fear or ignoring mathematics because of this or that results in tier 2. Won't help you qualify tier 1 also. Solving questions without timer. You don't know how much time you spent at this question. You don't know what should be the actual time spent for this question. I probably took 45 seconds. The topper solved in 29 seconds only. I must save those 15 seconds. Mean a lot. So please check all these things. At Oliveboard, you have the availability of having the timer for each question attempted. Skipping analysis of mocks is repeating the same errors in every test. Once you change this, it will change, otherwise it will be the same. And expecting shortcuts for CGL doesn't exist. In the end, the final roadmap, fix your CGL attempt as a non-negotiable target, no backup. Honestly, next year what changes may be introduced, you don't know, I don't know. This is your last attempt. Although that may be your first attempt, this is your last attempt. Think this way. Choose one book list, one test series, one mentor to stick to them throughout the session. I would say for tier 1, for tier 2, teachers are pretty good. No teacher is bad. Track your weekly completion, whether it's for syllabus or mocks, and make a register how much you are progressing. Because you have to analyze yourself and protect at least 6 to 8 hours of study daily, like this is your job, with no casual leaves. Thank you. That's all I had in this session. Good evening. Welcome all of you who are live. If there is a doubt, if something from my side, please drop a comment. We'll be happy to help you. And yes, would love to see you in the classes at YouTube and on the app also. If somebody is willing to join Oliveboard, would love to show you that. The notification got released 1 day ago. So we have an offer. Let me inform you. We have an offer, flat 60% off one can grab. Yes, I said 60% off using the code BIG, B-I-G, the Big Bang Sale, which ends on 25th of May. Can grab any test subscription, batch, course, anything that you prefer. But before you opt for, check all the details clearly mentioned, whether it's SSC Lite or Elite, what are the benefits, what's included, what's not. Super Elite or SSC plus Railways, Super Elite or Elite if you're preparing for both the examinations. I suggest Super Elite because everything is included in this. The current batches, the upcoming batches, PYQs, mock tests, notes, videos, everything. Not only the running ones, but also the upcoming ones. Yes, the sectional cutoff saga is something that has been imposed, but we can't do anything. Obviously, it has been a part of banking examinations for decades. So nothing new, new in SSC. In competitive examinations, not new. And yes, would love to congratulate everyone who got selected in CGL 2025. You are at the right path, on the right track. Keep on working hard. We will help you the most we can, the best we can. Thanks a lot for being here. See you pretty soon in the classes. Thank you. That's what I said. Your own handbook, notebook to keep your progress. That's what I said. Every student has a different way of revising. I have come across few who revise on a daily basis. To be honest, they revise on a daily basis. Otherwise, in a week, please revise the topics for this section, for example. And honestly, we have 4 subjects: English, reasoning, quants, GS. This Saturday or Sunday, I'll revise English. Next Saturday, maths. Next Saturday, reasoning. Next Saturday or Sunday, GA. Next Saturday or Sunday, I'll revise all the subjects all together. So we keep on revising each subject every week, and in the end of the month, we revise all the subjects all together. Yes, Gauravi, if I be honest, excuse me. Yes, but I suggest it is troublesome for many also. It has been troublesome for many, because many students got normalized marks. If I say, many students got theirs deducted also. In CHSL last year, 18 marks got deducted also. Somebody who was already at par with their raw score got 18 marks negative. So I suggest you don't rely on that, or don't even think about that. Leave that to your luck. You just work hard, score above par. The raw score should be above the cutoff, and you'll be there for sure. We'll help you. Stay connected. See you in the classes. Thank you, everyone. Gaurav, if you are at 120 already, trust me, brother, you are pretty good. Far more than, trust me, 50% of the students who are going to appear in 2026 CGL examination. If you are already scoring 120, you are far more than 50% students. I can say that statistically. Not everyone scores 120 in the beginning. Now, for those 40-50 marks that are getting deducted, we won't be scoring 200 out of 200. But those 170 and 120, 50 marks that are getting deducted, analyze them. Make a own handbook, notebook, and check which are the silly mistakes that you commit, avoid them, which are the concept based mistakes that you commit, learn them, and promise in a month or 2 you'll be touching 130, 140, 150 plus if you work hard. Promise before the examination. Please don't skip. You are pretty good. Please go ahead. Don't skip, please. See you in the classes here also at YouTube, Gaurav. And if you are there, would love to see you in the classes on a daily basis. Thank you.